Hello, and welcome back to the land of the seven suns. Um, Not much has changed. This is how the staging area normally looks. There's a plant that lives there, and these plants live over here. And then there's the computer, because normally it's like my desk, where I do, whatever I need to do on the computer. But you notice the critters in the background. That is because of another rather large change. They kind of live in the windowsill now. So, as far as the change, there's a clue. You don't need to see the vacuum. But everybody's got one, right? There's a clue in the, what's it called? The Schefflera. There's a clue as to some of the changes. Okay, so we got the Schefflera doing, I think, better now that it's getting less water. The ponytail palm, not really. And then, that lives there. But as far as the changes go, you've already seen the vacuum once. Might as well look at it again. Over here is where the big changes are. The fish tank is moved on to a new stand. Let me back up around the... Yeah, got a new stand. A little bit of storage down there. And it goes up. Got one on top. And then on up. And then the bamboo can go on up and on up and on up and on up to the ceiling up there. So it's got a long way that it can go. But one of the changes is those blooms are failing. Like I said, the clue in the Schefflera. Good job if you figured it out. But anyway, I've got this stand now. And as far as trying not to do too big of a change for the plants and the fish, I didn't really. I put them on a new stand, yes. But the change isn't all that big because I took 5 gallons out, maybe a little more, because I did like a typical water change of, 2 or 3 gallons. What normally happens anyway. And then I put about 5 gallons in a 5-gallon bucket so that the tank wouldn't be so heavy to lift. That's, about 70 pounds full of water, give or take. So I did that, and I kept the water. Not really for the sake of the bacteria, but for the sake of the bacteria and, the fish. Because it's not that I think that the beneficial bacteria live in the water column. It don't. But the plants notice new water going in. Fish will notice new water going in. And a typical water change ain't so bad. In my case, I get a little bit of ammonia, typically. I don't even use water conditioners. I just let the chemistry of the tank take care of it. It does it in about 24 hours, I find. So, not a big change. Most of the water is, water that comes and goes anyway. I did, however, run tubing for an air stone. Because I said, I thought maybe these roots might do a little better with more oxygenation, okay. More oxygen in the water. That's what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. I don't know that it really did the roots any good, but it didn't hurt anything. If nothing else, I think I might have done the fish a favor, because I did notice when it was really topped off, and as you can see, that filter's not doing a lot, between being clogged up down at the bottom, and, excuse me, okay, I don't like editing, so that's going to have to stay. Between being clogged up down here at the intake, and it hasn't really been cleaned out in a frog's age. Whatever a frog's age is. Not sure. So it's not being real efficient. It's moving water around, little bit of filtration, 10 gallons an hour, a little more, maybe 30 gallons an hour or something. Not quite sure. It's mostly just kind of a flower pot for the lucky bamboo, and that Christmas cactus seems to like it in there. I can't seem to grow it in soil like you would expect, but it kind of seems to like that. I don't know. Yeah, Christmas cactus is supposed to be a succulent, right? Easter cactus, whatever it is. It seems to like it in there, so it's staying in there because, well, there's the pot of it. I don't know. That one makes no sense to me. So, anyway, so the filter's not doing a great job of accomplishing much other than being a flower pot, because there's, like I said, the cactus and the bamboo growing out of it. Yeah, because this bamboo over here, what's that doing? This bamboo over here is just on the sponge that came out of the other filter. So I added air. I lost a fish when this was completely topped off and was doing even less. So we got an air stone, and everything seems to be doing good. Except for the roots, because although it's still alive under the water line, and I think it may have brightened up a little, looks pretty good under the water line. The trouble is, when you come above the water line, and I'll hang on to the phone, okay, just above the water line it gets all nasty and rotten, and then you get up to here, which is, 7 inches, it goes back. I know it's kind of hard to keep track, but it goes back to being green again. So we got this layer here where everything dies. Kind of working on it. I've got an idea. Maybe if I mount a fan over here on the side, or maybe way over here on this pole, and I blow air across, kind of blow that humidity off the top of the water, maybe that will help that condition. Except I haven't found a fan to do that. And I don't know, the humidity of the tank being that close might cause problems for the fan. But that's my idea. Blow some air across there and get some air movement in between the water line and up high enough for the roots, because they only die so far up. I don't know how much of that you can see, but they only die so far up. The other idea is to allow these roots, this is a different plant. This is my white, red, white, yellow, one of the two. It's one of the white ones. Let its roots, see, it's hanging over. Oops, got the seashell in the way. And now I've kicked it, so it wants to bumped it. But these roots are hanging over the water, and they don't have growing tips, but I don't know, maybe they'll start them again, something, and grow down into the water, and maybe as they grow toward the water, they can adjust. That's the other idea, because these ones, except for that part that's underwater, were kind of forced into this high humidity area. So, try that. Those are my two big ideas. Other than that, there's not a lot. Over in the big tank, which there's not a lot of point in showing, it's just that breeding cage and a 55-gallon tank. But over there, I'll go back up here and look at the flowers for a minute again. There's not a lot happening. Beautiful flowers as they're dying. I don't think I'm getting the breeding behavior in the cage that I'd hoped for. So, I don't know. I'm thinking of getting maybe some fantail guppies, letting them have one round in the cage to show that it works, and a little bit of filler, because I'm thinking of bringing the 3 fish in there back over here and letting them have a full 10 gallons anyway. And I'll have a start of a community of fantail guppies, but then taking that stupid cage out because nobody likes looking at it, including me. And I'm sure that nobody watching the videos wants to look at it. Letting the guppies have, one round, maybe 2. Kind of show that the concept works. I guess when used properly, it should work with the fantails, because I've used it for fantails and swordtails and the live bearers. So letting them do a round or 2, and then taking the cage out and putting a couple of angelfish in that tank. And then we can watch a pair of angels grow up. Unless somebody has another suggestion that may work. Maybe I'll consider that. So that's about all I've got for this time. And I will talk to you next time.